American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American,
Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing tonight? Glad to have you. Hi, Richard. Guessing Nana's in here. I don't know who else is in here, but glad to have you guys here with us tonight as we're, of course, covering what's going on in the world. Hi, Nana. Like a couple more people get in here. We only have 3 people in here. Wow. What a crazy night. Nobody in here. Hi, Pam. How you doing tonight? Hi, Debbie Martin. Go, getting some people in here now. Give you guys a minute to get in here, but of course, got a lot going on. I'm only going to cover quick updates tonight. Hi, Gina. Hi, Matt. See you in here. Hi, Tia. How you doing tonight? Glad you guys are joining us. How far is too far? With what's going on in the Middle East right now is, of course, more people are standing up and saying it's too far, too many. People have died as Israel wages its relentless war on Hamas, killing massive amounts of civilians. Now we have U.S. people speculating and bringing up the problems that, of course, are happening. And the dire conditions in Gaza as Israel's military pushes deeper into the Strip, including its pause in military operations to allow Palestinians to move from the north or northern to southern Gaza. These safe corridors, though, and these times that they're allowed to go and travel. I mean, I don't know if you traveled 100 miles walking in 4 hours, but according to Israel, that's plenty of time. 4 hours of walking, you should be able to easily make it throughout the whole entire country. 4 hours. I'm just kidding. Of course, that's what they're thinking. Hi, Rodney. How you doing tonight? But is it too far? I mean, yeah, the creation of safe quarters is great. But it's not positive. It's not nearly enough at this point. Much more needs to be done to protect civilians to make sure that humanitarian assistance reaches them. Far too many Palestinians have been killed. Too many have suffered in these past weeks. We want to do everything we can to possibly prevent harm to them and Israeli citizens and to maximize assistance to getting to both parties. This is important. Hamas, of course, is troubling. The deadly insurrection started, of course, October 7th. Everything that's unfolded since. But now we're seeing direct threats. I mean, we're seeing the U.S. fire missiles and try to attack Jordan directly, of course, trying to kill Jordan's president or prime minister. And Jordan, of course, releasing statements today and yesterday stating that if any Palestinians are forced from their homes at this point, they will declare war on anybody that, of course, does force them from their homes. So I think the problematic precision that we're in right now with, of course, being involved with Israel and helping Israel is Israel's not done at the Gaza Strip. They want to, of course, force the West Bank, the Palestinians in the West Bank out. And if that goes to happen at this point, we could see a serious problem ignite in the Middle East. Of course, we're talking a lot about last night. Nobody's really declared World War III, and we know that's where we're at. the ceasefire for humanitarian reasons is great, but it's not truly helping these people. I've never been able to walk 100 miles in 4 hours. Gaza is 200 plus miles long. It's only 25 miles wide, or it's wider than that even. The people traveling from the northern Gaza Strip to where they're supposed to be evacuating is 100 miles. 100-mile trip. It's not something you could just jump in and go overnight with. Yeah, suspected terrorist attacks on our soil. Not anything that we could confirm at this point. But and malware on systems, of course, causing problems throughout the United States. They don't know how it's being activated. Like I was previously stating about a week ago, about 10,000 computers were supposedly affected at that point. We now know that it's a much greater number. As internet starts to collapse in other countries as well, of course, blaming it on maintenance issues and undersea lines and whatever else you want to say, we're seeing internet collapse anywhere from China, Yemen, parts of Europe, just internet just going out for no reason. Nobody's actually figured out what's going on there and why, or they're not disclosing the information. And the fury that sparks and the passion and the fury over the Palestinians, from the river to the sea, the 6 words that are sparking fury and passion all over the Islamic or Muslim world at this point. Jordan River is winding 200-mile plus run on the eastern flank of Israel and occupied the West Bank. I mean, watching this, and of course, if they do what they're stating they're going to do as their battle cry, the pro-Palestinian activists actually, after the aftermath of Hamas, of course, did the rampage, they want a free Palestine. They want everything from the Jordan River over to the Mediterranean Sea to be free for Palestinian citizens to move where they want to move, live where they want to live. We've, of course, heard this rhetoric chanted in pro-Palestinian protests around the world, and this is something I do not condone. I mean, we've heard it in London, Rome, Washington, as they destroyed Washington, D.C. Of course, nobody's actually been truly charged. One person charged with vandalism there as a joke, let's be honest, because January 6th was much more peaceful than these people as they tried to rip down the White House gates. The violent aftermath, of course, of all of this, and the people still out there protesting, which I imagine we're going to see many more this weekend, as of course Hamas is ramping up, or Hezbollah is ramping up their speeches, especially after an attempted execution of the Prime Minister of Jordan. And of course, that all ties directly back to us. Doesn't look good. We're not trying to take sides, but let's be honest. Everything that's unfolding, the CIA being directly involved with this attack or attempted assassination, is terrible. And it looks terrible on the United States at this point. And countries around the world that were our allies, of course, are waking up at this point. And Germany getting ready to go fight directly with Russia. Everything seems to be collapsing everywhere we turn. Like I said, internet outages around the globe, supposedly over maintenance issues involving undersea lines. Yeah, we buy that. No, we don't. We know that a malware virus, of course, was introduced to all these systems, and we have no control over it at this point, as the internet is tracking internet outages happening everywhere. From Cloudflare reporting outages to BlockNet, or NetBlocks. So watching all these massive data services going down, of course, even Facebook having data issues lately, it's all unfolding. Germany's moving people in. Germany's getting ready for war. Yeah. Internet issues, though, globally, not just directly from a CME. Sad. It's sad. And clashes over, of course, Israel-Hamas war, shattering students' sense of safety here in the U.S. U.S. colleges all around the country, of course, having to experience this anti-Jewish, anti-Palestinian hate on both sides applied throughout the entire globe. Here in the U.S., although people are feeling it as well. As campuses from New Orleans to Washington State are all feeling this anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim community sentiment. And it's sad. Many, of course, are fearing their safety, and as they walk into classrooms, having to leave, of course, the campus, leave what's actually happening as violence is erupting and shattering everybody's sense of safety. These tensions supposedly are simmering now, but we know that's not the case because we watch it unfold. Yeah. Well, tomorrow's actual Veterans Day. Today was a day off of school and work for a lot of people that have normal jobs and observation of Veterans Day, but that's actually tomorrow. And I have a feeling we will see massive protests tomorrow and massive problems amongst many Veteran Day events tomorrow, which is concerning. Meanwhile, Biden is so non-concerned with anything happening in the Middle East. He is going to meet with Xi Jinping Wednesday for talks on trade, Taiwan, and of course, U.S.-Chinese relations, which we know are going to go nowhere, absolutely nowhere at this point, because nothing has came up between them two or even being able to talk. This will be the first engagement in a year between the two leaders, the two world's biggest economies. A economy that's suffering, ours, and China's economy, which is flourishing at this point. The White House, this for weeks, said they anticipate Biden and Xi Jinping would meet on the sidelines of the Asian Pacific Economic Summit in San Francisco. So we will see if that actually happens on Wednesday. That's the plan right now. But I don't see anything coming out of this. China set hard lines on what they want and what they expect with Taiwan. We do not agree with them. Everything that's unfolding in the Middle East, that China doesn't agree with what we're doing. We don't agree with what China's doing, of course, backing the Hezbollah. It's crazy. I wish we had footage of the protest tonight. We're in World War III. And Biden wants to go make plans with the enemies. That's what he wants to do. Meanwhile, Democrats are hurting in the Senate, and more hurt is coming to them soon as new, of course, speculation about presidential bid of Joe Manchin as his decision to not seek re-election virtually ensues that the Democratic Party will lose his Senate seat in a deep red West Virginia. Of course, that'll give us Republicans another head of and a seat. The problem is actually getting that seat to translate to votes. If we don't take the presidency back next year, we are pretty much SOL. But little glimpse of hope are great at this point. Yeah, we're at the actual whim of these few people around the world. Evil is flourishing around the globe, and it's not slowing down, unfortunately. New Speaker, of course, Mike Johnson grasped for funding the plan with a government shutdown rapidly approaching. Just more devastating news for the U.S. because they have no plan for this budget. Just a week to avert a government shutdown. Again, what amazing news. Mike Johnson facing his first big test as he tries to win House Republican support for a short-term funding plan. Oh, wait, he can get the Democratic support with his plan because his plan includes, of course, funding stuff that the Democrats want, but not cutting the budget where the Republicans want. This is a true setback for somebody that's supposed to be a sound Republican leader in Washington. Unveiling funding legislation over the weekend, of course, is supposed to come forward. We'll, of course, be talking about that Monday. As internal, of course, talks and deliberations are happening amongst Republicans as we speak. It just doesn't look good. We can't even control the House with control of the House. We're just give away our money. That's what they're going to do, and they keep doing it. Sad. That wouldn't surprise me, Teresa, at this point. It wouldn't surprise me. Oak's too hard to chew. Now he's a cream of wheat guy. Oh, it's sad watching everything unfold day by day. Things aren't getting better. Things are getting worse. We're seeing protests, of course, around the globe getting more violent. And it's sad. It is truly devastating to the society as a whole, not just for our country, but for every country abroad. And people aren't looking at it that way. They're looking at it like, oh, what's the big deal? You know, they're just standing up for Palestinians or they're standing up for Israel. That's not the case anymore. These people are violent. They want what they want, and they'll do anything in their power to make it happen. Sad. But this is the truth of what's happening. We can say and try to act like everything's going to be okay, but it's not. But be prepared, because this weekend I have a feeling there will be some serious issues coming forward. I don't want to say attacks, but I know the FBI heightened security, of course, went way up today. And as we go into this weekend with many events, like I said, happening around the country and balloons for veterans. So prime time to hit America when they're trying to celebrate people that have fought for our country. Yeah. Store food. Learn survival skills. Hunker down. People are out. Yeah. Well, people are out mowing their grass, too busy shopping and for Christmas and everything else to realize what's happening. They want to know who somebody's kissing before they actually want to know the truth about what's happening around the world. I know. I don't trust the FBI. I don't trust the CIA, especially you get caught in freaking trying to assassinate Jordan's prime minister. As the United States, we should be ashamed about what just unfolded. But of course, they covered that pretty much up in the media really quick, downplaying every aspect of it. It's just sad. It's sad watching what's unfolding. Of course, be prepared for this weekend because we don't know what's going to unfold yet. We really don't. I could say that it's going to be peaceful. It's going to be great this weekend, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. I know I'll be with my grandfather, spending time with him this weekend, of course, as Veterans Day tomorrow. So he's definitely one of the true heroes that I look up to in my life. He fought for his country. He fought for his country in the Second World War. He's one of the few Second World War people even left alive. Lucky enough to have that experience. But be prepared. Be prepared for anything to unfold. Like I said, everybody's on edge right now as everything comes out. God bless you all. God bless America. I know it's a short night tonight. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't in depth prepared like I should have been tonight because I had a guest over and helping him out with some work of his own. But God bless you. And of course, we'll see you Monday night. Unless something happens, we'll see you Monday night. Till then, be safe. Get prepared if you're not already. Good night.